Welcome to Akhand Vidyashram, the first institute of impeccable wisdom, the walking, talking encyclopedia. Dharana, the shielding of inner might. My mission, the impeccable wisdom, knowing which everything is fully known. My greatest discovery, Divyang, the divine design of nature, with which the perfect objects are designed and created. Divyang is the reward of 60 years of integrated education. Impeccable wisdom is enlightening, and integrated knowledge is empowering. Let me start with a misconception which I had ever since I got initiated into simplified Kundalini Yoga on 1st January 1991. Till such time, I was absolutely not aware of getting into Patanjali Yoga Sutra or Yoga or Kundalini or any of those things. I was very happy first 40 years of my life concentrating on maths, physics, chemistry, medical sciences and other subjects, get all the knowledge of the entire universe, whatever is required for my conception. I think I've done very well on that part of it. But after initiation, when I started having Siddhi powers, occult powers, I decided that I better have a proper theoretical knowledge before I experiment with anything which I do not have a complete author. So I started reading about different people talking about Kundalini, chakras, yoga, concentration, contemplation, etc., 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 from different angle. In a span of 2 years, hundreds and hundreds of books I studied, and one thing which stood out very clearly in my mind was that most of the author portray that concentration for a short time is called dhyana, concentration for a long time is called dhyana. This is something which I could not understand. Dharana is far from the above truth, and I know Maharishi Patanjali was an experienced, honest, accomplished and integrated yogi. He would not have used two stages for a single concept of concentration at all. Now let us explore, enumerate and explain underlying causes and effects of dharana step by step so that we understand everything with respect to dharana completely. To understand dharana completely, Ashtanga Patanjali, 8 stages of Patanjali Yoga very clearly, we need to start from yama one by one. The phrase first 5 great virtues of life. To start with, I always start with Satya, Satyameva Jayate, and Satya Om Tat Sat. Sat is Satchitanand, Sat is everything, Sat is Anant, Sat is eternal. From that angle, following truth completely, 100%, come what may, is absolutely essential for everybody to follow if you want to rise to higher and higher levels of consciousness. There is no other goal other than being truthful, honest, and being virtuous 24/7. Second thing to be important is ahimsa, the non-violence. No human being has a right to kill any other animal, come what may, for whatever may be purpose. Is not permissible at all. So ahimsa, parmo dharma, is important part which have to be understood. Third important part is asteya, non-stealing, not cheating. What is not yours, you have no right to take from somebody else. Once you understand, you contemplate, and when you add something new from yourself to go higher and higher level, you have right over only that. Till such time, whatever we have learned from school, college to the university, from all the subjects from other books, should be taken like that and not said this is mine. We should be in a position to say honestly, we are only learning and done with it. Brahmacharya is the fourth state, concentration, contemplation, and contemplation of the ojas into tejas into higher consciousness is absolutely essential. So understanding brahmacharya, endocrine system, testosterone, estrogen is absolutely essential because without that you can't be perfectly physically healthy, emotionally stable, mentally powerful, lot of RBC, lot of oxygen, lot of energy, lot of everything is required to be perfectly physically healthy, emotionally stable, mentally powerful, spiritually integrated, socially relevant, and spiritually integrated with the entire universe. And of course, religious and other aspects should also be taken into consideration. You should be living like a living God on the whole, one by one. Fifth point, which is very important, have possession within the limit which is absolutely essential. which is not at all required, forget about it. Once you have that, then your concentration, contemplation on unwanted things is not there. Then you can concentrate 24/7 to move on to higher and higher levels of concentration completely one by one. And this is what this particular picture talks about it. And I'm happy that I've understood all the 5 koshas also, Anname, Praname, Vename, Vigyaname, Anandme, one by one, and to be in tune with universal consciousness. From that is absolutely in peace with myself, peace with the world. Next is niyams, the 5 great disciplines which have to be understood. The first one is to be important is such purity outside the skin and purity inside the skin. Your home is like a temple in which you are going to be there. Your body is like a temple of God. It has to be completely clear, pure, perfect. So Brahmani consciousness is absolutely essential for anyone to be in tune with universal consciousness. So from that angle, there is absolutely no doubt. Contentment of every nature to make sure that you are in tune with yourself, tune with the world, tune with the entire thing is absolutely essential to be part. Tapa, the integrity, heat, to be in tune with universal consciousness, to Tejas, Rajas, and other aspects of work to go on higher and higher levels is to be understood in the process of tapa. Swadhyaya, self-study of your own self from atom to elements to molecules to compounds to cells to tissues to tissue organs to organ system to human body. If you want to know all the 100 trillion cells completely A to Z, you got to study that within and also study outside. Then fifth state, Ishvara Pranidhana, means self-surrender to God, which is there, living God, and be tuned with that and be happy and go on to the higher and higher levels of consciousness. And that is what Niyam is all about. Yam and Niyam both are meant to make yourself completely in tune with emotionally stable, perfect human body. Let's get into the third stage of Yogasana, the Surya Namaskar. There are 12 stages, and you have to be understood completely these 12 stages. You can be in tune with yourself, exercise all the 100 trillion cells, and make all the parts of the body very flexible, completely in tune. You can sit in concentration, contemplation, and concentration at a higher level, step by step, without any problem. For that, Surya Namaskar are Yogasanas. And other 108 Yoga Sutras can be done to make yourself perfectly physically healthy. So emotionally stable first two, physically healthy with respect to Yogasana to be very comfortable by and large. Fourth is pranayama. Oxygen is absolutely essential as an Agni, and no wonder Vedas talk quite a lot, Upanishad talk quite a lot about Agni, and I call oxygen to be the concentration of Agni. As long as oxygen is there, fire will burn. Very moment oxygen is gone, fire will go off. So similarly, the brain will not function unless until there is oxygen. Similarly for other organs. So from that angle, we're having pranayam and breathing in comfortably and breathing out comfortably, be in tune with inside and be in tune with outside is absolutely essential to be in tune with divine consciousness. Stopping breathing, come what may, is not my cup of tea. I do not believe, I do not recommend, I will not accept that at all. In this particular picture, that is what understand is the meaning of pranayam by and large. Pratyahara, the withdrawal of senses, is the next stage, fifth state, when you can bring everything down right up to the heart. The people who are in tune with Bhakti Yoga, their concentration into mantras, heart at this level, for them is very, very important. Where the people who are interested in totality of Akhand Yoga, all the 10 steps, from then Muladhara is much more important. Having done this, at this particular juncture, I'll also like to bring it to the awareness of everybody that you should be keeping your eyes open. Closing the eyes, closing ears, closing nose, closing thing is not my cup of tea as far as Akhand Yoga is concerned. Even Patanjali does not talk about that. It's very clear, you withdraw the mind. But to the best of my knowledge, keep the eyes open, keep everything open, become aware of it. But at the same time, you should be able to concentrate from inside out, not outside in. Once you are able to do that, only then you are going towards Akhand Yoga step by step, systematically over a period. So that's what it stands. Sixth stage is dharana, which we are talking about, the shielding of the inner mind. As I told you, the concept that it is not of concentration for a short time, which is dharana, and dhyana is concentration for a long time, is not. Withdrawing the mind from the external world into the is what is dharana all about, and from that angle I would say mind cannot go out again. Mind can be used to concentrate and complete fully inside, and that is what is dharana all about. From that angle, keep the eyes open, keep all the senses open, be aware of everything, but you are focused from inside out, not outside in. As long as you're inside out, you will have no problem whatsoever. And that is exactly the message which I'm trying to give through this. You should be in a position to come to the heart, feel comfortable with that, and then see the entire world with the open eye. And then take that concentration right up to dharana in this to have the inner mind very clear. So inner mind, no wonder in many of the Upanishads talk about Hridaya as the center of consciousness, and they say soul is in the heart. And many people are in the opinion who have experience. I do agree. Anyone who's into Bhakti Yoga, who is into concentration to heart and center, definitely they can experience one there. I have also experienced it, so that's not a big issue at all. And feel one with the entire. From that angle, Hridaya, center, meal that is absolutely essential to be in tune with universal consciousness, tune with your own self, tune with the entire world. From that angle, I would definitely say understanding and appreciating concept from one point one by one at this particular juncture, bringing up to dharana to the heart level, and withdraw from all the senses of the external world and create a shield around the heart and concentrate on heart and feel one with ourselves. I think that is what dharana is all about. From that angle, I think we should be in a position to go to the next stage, which could be dhyana. Now, having understood that, now let me explain both concepts a little more clearly with the last picture, and then explain step by step how you can be in tune with the entire world with eyes open, with eyes, ears open, everything open, at the same time creating a shield within, then using the mind to understand, concentrate, contemplate everything A to Z, and then moving on to the higher and higher levels of concentration, contemplation, and rising with spiritual evolution would be much easier in the process. So let's go to the next. This picture is the last, you know it, and I know very well you can see Mooladhara right at the bottom when you have Ida and Pingala coming there, and also Sushumna also. All the three major nadis which I've been talking from the day one are associated with Mooladhara chakra, associated with ganglion impart, associated with the pubic muscles of the pelvic region, and then moving on. Once this particular awakening takes place in Kundalini, and then you can convert that Ojas into Tejas and take it into Brahmanadi, Vani Nadi, Vishnu Nadi, and otherwise, and then go into the Brahmanadi within the central canal, then rising step by step to right up to the ventricle is what is absolutely essential from anybody and everybody to be understand and appreciate and apply in day-to-day life how spirituality can really help. So having come to this particular step, the first 5 stages of externalization, keeping everything connected, but coming right up to this and then looking at the entire world with an open eye is absolutely essential before we can go on to the next stage of dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. But since I have come to the dharana stage, which is 6th stage, you are literally come to the stage to concentrate, bring the mind right inside. Then start working from inside without letting it go out at all. If you can bring all the mental energy, all the emotional energy, all the pranic energy, all the elements and every energy right into that, and then concentrate, contemplate and all that, If you can focus only there and nothing more than that, you have achieved your level of individualizing consciousness to one level and then working on that to go to the next higher and higher levels one by one. At this particular juncture, in this picture, I would say in the beginning, right at the bottom, you have three levels of concentration. One is involution, descent of Mahashakti into the body and then sleeping in Muladhara Chakra, then revolving it to move up to the higher levels, then evolution to the upper. So at every chakra you have its individual qualities, its evolution, and also understanding completely, then you can go up to the next stage, then go on to the next stage. Like that, one by one, you can go up to all the 10 stages, like Muladhara to Swadhisthana, Swadhisthana, Mani and Avipura, then Usha, then Anata, then Vishuddhi, then Agniya, Vigyan, Pragyan, and Sahasrara, and then into the ventricles, and then going in totality. Once you are able to do that, I can assure you, you are one with universal consciousness. You will have all the secrets of the entire world within yourself. And once you can do that, that is real Akhand Yoga, and that is 10 stages. That will be now step by step, we are proceeding towards that. From that angle, let me put it this way. We will be repeating this little more detail in the next one on Dhyan. We will do that in the evening. Okay, anyway, thank you very much. It has been lovely sharing all the information which I have to the best of everybody, and I'm sure everybody would benefit in the process. So thank you very